And we are here in Molineux tonight because the anchor holds. We are here going across the neck and breadth of the country because the anchor holds. We're here because we have put our trust in a good God who delivered us on the 16th of February 2015. The anchor holds. And when I see this pack hall with so many of you from all over the country and from my constituency, I say the anchor holds. I say thank you to all the wonderful people of St. Kitts and Nevis. I see a good friend there from Nevis, and I want to welcome her, Lady Hamilton, and she get a Nevisian title now, just at the window. Give her a round of applause from the housing project there. We are happy to have Angela witnessing this marvelous occasion. This is good. And I see in the audience some people who have never come to a meeting before. I say thank you. The anchor is holding strong. Come in, because this is where the victory is. This train is the holy train. This is the train which is passing by. The only train for good governance and accountability and for prosperity. And those who are here, you are the people holding the anchor of the train. God be the glory. I want to thank all of the colleagues who have come out tonight. The Honorable and Distinguished Premier of Nevis. Let's give him again a round of applause. And thank him and his party for the two excellent members they have given me to be part of my cabinet. Let me also thank at the head table my neighbor in electoral district number 8, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. And next week, Tuesday, we're going to Cayon at the community center to put down another anchor, for the anchor must hold in number 8. Next to him is the member for St. Christopher, number 1. And when we soar up number 8, we move into number 1. The anchor must hold in number 1. And we shall deliver to the people. And after number 1, on the 15th of February, we go to Challengers to put down the anchor for Lindsay Fitzpatrick. I want equally to say thank you to our Attorney General and his wife. And something good is happening, because it's the first time he brought his wife to a town hall here in Molineux. We thank Mrs. Bryan for agreeing to come. And equally, I want to recognize two very solid friends and supporters and stalwarts of the Team Unity. Ambassador Michael Powell, who fanned the flame and radio in support of Team Unity. And our chairman and organizer at the national level, Ambassador Sidney Ashburn, former head teacher at Cayon High. Our team would not be complete without our cabinet secretary at the back. I want to thank her for bringing a couple family members. The anchor is holding there too. And equally, I want to thank our permanent secretaries. Mr. Petty from Mansion, give him a round of applause. And Mr. D'Souza from West Pasture, let's give him too a round of applause. And of course, my good friend, the UNESCO Secretary General, Antonio Maynard from West Pasture. And all of you, supporters and well-wishers, I say thank you for coming out tonight. And it's really been an inspiring night. I want to big up Hardis at the back representing Sandy Point. Give him a round of applause. I want to big up Radical Culture. Give him a round of applause. I want to big up Noel. Give him a round of applause. And I want to big up all of you. And I made specific reference to Hardis and to culture and Mr. Politics who wanted to come, but who is listening keenly, and all these other people who had been there in the very beginning and who have withstood the test of time. They appreciate that team unity is not just a movement, it is an idea whose time has come. Team unity, an idea whose time has come. And through thick and thin, if the idea is right, you stick with the idea. And you work it, and you refashion it, until you get it where you want to be. Contrast that with some of them. Like a Sally Goloobiloo. What are we to do with them? As soon as they get what they want, they go on Facebook, they go on radio, and they're trying to bring us down. But tonight we send the message, we're stronger, because we are better together. And so I want to say I feel blessed tonight. To God be the glory for the wondrous things and the great things that he has been doing for us. And I want to thank the young people in particular who have come out and to salute our victorious contestants in the last carnival that just ended so successfully. And to say number 7 did very, very well. We are pleased of that. Very pleased of that. And we want to thank them. We want to again congratulate Katrina Davis, Her Royal Highness. Could you please stand? Wow. That is a queen. Thank you very much. That is a queen. I like to see when she passes across. Really, really. Let's leave it there. You're doing good. I want to congratulate a young man, the Groovy King in Cassim, Rucus, Pemberton. Stand and we're proud of the talent. No, she wanted me to let him to number 3, so I let him to number 3. I also want to congratulate Mr. Joseph Tudor, the first runner-up in Mr. Jiku. Could you stand? And let's give him a round of applause. We also want to congratulate our first runner-up talented teen, Sarai Hutchinson. We are so proud of her. And we are especially delighted to showcase our own from Molineux, Bamboo Street, Nakila Watson, first runner-up in the swimsuit pageant. These are wonderful people, and we are very much delighted that they are out tonight to be part of this, to be part of the great gathering here that has come to hear what the government has done and what the government is about to do. And you've heard some of it from each of the presenters, from Hamilton, to Patridge, the Honorable Premier Vance, Senator Wendy Phipps, about the good deeds of the government. And so I just want to reinforce that message. Something good is happening in our country. And I don't care what they say. One thing they can't say is that St. Kitts and Nevis is not doing well. And sometimes we forget to count our blessing. And we surprise ourselves what the Lord has been doing for us. Because some people make themselves bitter by always complaining. How do you do today? Not thank God I am alive. It is Lord, I can't help myself, yeah. So we have to take a positive attitude, because the positive expression helps us to do better and to build the confidence. But I am privileged to lead a cabinet, and all in the cabinet are performing. And you hear that from that report. And as we move through the country, you will see that these people in the cabinet really working hard. And sometimes you're working hard and you ain't see the results, but we see in the results. We see it by the fact that our country is unique among all countries of the world in terms of our ability to produce surpluses of millions of dollars year after year. In 2016, we provided an overall surplus of $130 million. And we gave a 13-month salary, the only country in the world to be able to do that. Something good is happening. Something good is happening because of all the countries in the world and in the Caribbean. The Honorable Attorney General, in his capacity as Minister for Telecoms, went to Botswana this year, not on a joyride, as the publisher would say whenever people gone away. They're gone on a joyride. Yeah, he got now. So he went to Botswana, and on behalf of the country, we received 2 awards. The only country of 100+ countries to have received 2 awards by the International Telecommunications Union. Give yourselves a round of applause. They said in their report that in terms of the use of technology, St. Kitts and Nevis is among the most dynamic countries in the world. And from 2015 to 2016, we were the best performer. So I want to congratulate all those people working with the government and the development of technology. Sunday, we celebrated Customs Week, or began the celebration in relation to that. And what did we hear? That the World Bank for 2016, in doing the report about the ease of business, evaluated our ports, air and sea, in terms of their ability to facilitate trading activities in the country. And we did better than all countries in the OECS and all countries within CARICOM. We were the #1 performer in terms of trade facilitation. Give the country a round of applause. And we ranked 7th in Latin America and the Caribbean. So I want to commend our Customs and Excise Department for that outstanding showing. Something good is happening in our federation when in 2016 our footballers, both the senior and junior, produced their best showing in CONCACAF for 2016. Give the footballers a round of applause. Something good is happening in our country. And the good news is happening across the length and breadth of the country. Good news is happening. Over 300+ persons in Nevis and St. Kitts have benefited from the Fresh Start program, which we started, complements the government of Venezuela with a contribution, well, a soft loan and $16 million. Give the 300+ persons a round of applause. Farmers, retailers, busmen, those involved in landscaping were among the beneficiaries. A lawyer from East Barstow stood proud on stage when the Development Bank showcased them as part of their week of activities last year. I felt a sense of pride to see ordinary people everywhere being given a chance to turn their life into a success story as a result of their own entrepreneurship, their own discipline, and their own engagement in self-employment. And we need more people to do that. I see a young man, I think they told me that he is one of the best joiners in the country, and he was from somewhere up in Upper Cairn. And I told Eugene Hamilton to go check him out, buy 2 dressing tables and a bed. Give the young man a big sale. And he told me that he was saving and he will be able to do it closer to Valentine. I thought that was a good time for him to do it. So we want to promote small businesses and to ask you to give them their support. But because we were so inspired by the swiftness with which that $16 million of funding from the government of Venezuela were applied for and used up, we went around and secured a further $30 million to be distributed as loan financing for small businesses in 2017. It is the largest single allotment of resources for small businesses in the country, and it's happening under your Team Unity government. Something good is happening. And to all the young people who want work, work is being out there for young people with their energy and with a willingness to work. And we have to inculcate in our young people that there's nothing like the magic of hard work, that it's still good to be industrious, that when there is work, you work, because there will be seasons when there will be no work, and sometimes there is work and people want to pick and choose about work. When I was small, I learned from my grandmother, you take what you can get now in terms of work, and when something better comes, you move along. And some parents have people sitting down in their house waiting for the perfect job. Start with the imperfect one. Hone your skills so when the perfect one comes, you are ready to do the job. That is how we build stronger families, stronger communities, and stronger communities. And our country as a whole don't have nobody 16. Well, from the time they stop going to school, you encourage them, find something to do. Laziness is not a virtue in nation building, and you as parents and adults must never encourage it. And you have to tell people that honest work is preferred to dishonest work, to involving in drugs, to involving in illicit activities. So whatever they can do out there, start humbly sometimes and grow as a result of that experience. And when we look at some of the most successful businesses, Marriott, for example, it comes from the experiences of the owners who either were exposed to lousy services and wanted to create something different, or who started from humble beginnings and worked their way up by hard work and industry. In the good old days, parents and grandparents said, don't begrudge anybody because you ain't know how they get it. that is still a good message. Because to have people dwelling in drugs and coming to your house and have you being subjected to police raids and raids by the security forces, it is not worth it. To have them come in and every time there's a knock on the door, they're wondering if it is them or for you, it is not worth it. And we have to start in our homes to say no to drugs and no to wrong behavior. And this babering up of people in our communities who we know are on drugs, who we know have guns, we have to stop it for the safety of our country. And all of us have to play our part. Security begins with you. Security begins with you. And when you have people in your house who you can't control, ask them to leave. Ask them to leave. Because once they are under your roof, they must be subjected to your control. And you have to start early when they're in primary school to give them limits and to take charge. Because you can't wait till they reach Kean High School and Sadlers to say you're disciplined. By the time they done a bus you in the house anyway. They must stoop on you. They wouldn't even tell you morning. And you wouldn't deserve it either. So you have to start early. Let's get back to the good old-time values that have kept our country strong, that led to the development of strong families. I am concerned because I know in some of our communities a lot more can be done. People must be able to walk any corner of St. Kitts and Nevis, any time of the day, to go about their legitimate business. Whether it is in George Street or McKnight or Phillips, we don't want no guns out there. And we will give every encouragement and every support to the security forces to do their work. And I say and I repeat it, whenever the agents of law clashes with the agents of unlawfulness and illegality, the agents of law must win. Every time. Because we have to wipe out lawlessness to build the kind of prosperity to which we as a team are committed to. And I make no apologies. No apologies. Because on this matter of law and order, I draw a line in the sand. You are for safety and security of the country. Are you for hoodlums driving about with their rifles, shooting even in front of churches? And I say I will not stand for it. I will not stand for it. And when people get caught with guns and drugs, I said to them, okay, give me a little chance to talk and stop. Whenever they are caught, I want to remind you, do not call me to intervene. I am the Minister of National Security and I stand fully and uncompromisingly in support of the security forces, and I want you to stand with me in that. There is only one way in which we will turn the tide, and we have to be clear. No bad man, they say, no bad man country. When we vote out Douglas, we end badness in the land. A new approach to discipline and order. He said he bad since he born, so he like lawlessness. We don't like it. I made the point when I was growing up, going to watch TV by Nico and Pagan in Tabernacle, Vera no who named so. All I used to fear was when we got scary movie, I can see a Jumbi when I go in up the alley. I never had to be thinking about gunshots. And I would wish for those good days to return of calm and love among people. When people can take a gun and shoot one another and figure that is a game. When people could think they could join this gang and that gang, and that is a sign of manhood and bravery, I say no, we will not have it in this country. We will not have it in this country. And those of you who are head of household, I issue a warning. Join the fight for good governance, for this is part of what the message is about. Good governance, as Patty says, start about getting the processes and the procedures right, and start getting them right in your home. Start with the young children, exposing them to Sunday school, which you went to. Start giving them the moral fiber that lifts them up. So when they are faced with a decision, they can say, I could do this, but I know this is not right. The morals, the conscience must be developed. And the only way I know how is to send the young people in Sunday school. I learned more from Sunday school than going to church. It's just that I didn't understand then. It's later on as you go to church, you hear Pastor Hepburn saying the same thing that they used to say like recitation in the school. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And you say that. Psalms 1, blessed is a man that leads us somewhere, Pastor Henry. And later on you see that these were powerful instructions that help grounded us, so that you live in faith, that once you are doing the right thing, you shall not want of sustenance. Somebody somewhere will smile upon you. It is not too late to turn back the environment of upsurge in crime in our land and to achieve the prosperity. 2017 must be the year in which we say no to drugs, no to crime, peace forever in St. Kitts and Nevis. And that is why I am pleased that the Attorney General is ensuring that by April we have a second judge sitting in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I want justice to be swift for the criminals. I want justice to be swift for the scamps. And this having them long time in jail, eating up the food, he can't walk. We have to turn the tide. And we have to take a stand. Sometime when you hear them on the radio talking, you wonder if they want to make the police the criminal and the criminal the saint. Well, the police rough them up. They should have roughed them up more. For what they're doing to our country, they need to be put on the heavy manners. Heavy manners. Because if we don't get it right, they will destroy investor confidence in the country. They will make the investors who can easily exit our country. And we will not have that. So I want to echo that warning. And on that note to say, come February, the Defense Force will be recruiting a batch of 30. So if you have children, and in particular males, at home looking for work, send them to register to go in the defense camp. Let them get some discipline. Let them develop some skills, and let them get a sense of security. Security for themselves and security in working in defense of our country. And in March, P.S. Petty tells me that the police also will be recruited. So from those two corners, we are going to have nearly 100 jobs for young people to take on the honor of service to protect and to serve us. And I want Minister Hamilton to consider a recommendation. In every housing project, we want to have a police or army man on those projects. Keep our community safe. Bring the intelligence about the crooks and the vagabonds that are wreaking havoc on our societies. So we want a special program of support for law enforcement officers. So if you have anybody at home and they know where they're going to work, encourage them there for one. But there are other areas work available. Park Hyatt, over 800 young persons over there working, and they want more. They are going to be opening up soon. They are advertising for persons to work at all levels in the hotel sector. The Premier just told us that he wants 5 more. So if you have a young daughter, a young son looking for work, find the Minister of Labor and say, I want my daughter to get an opportunity. Premier, you're going to have to find a way, like the loaves. How many loaves were there? 10? 5 loaves, and make it a multitude. Because I'm sure you're going to get more than 5 applications. You have to fit them in. You have to fit them in. Because the work that has to be done is serious work and require persons. And of course, all persons can get a work too. I want to commend Minister Phipps for reporting on the brand new Mary Charles Hospital, which we have brought to this constituency. Let's give her a round of applause, herself and Hamilton, for delivering on that. And we well await the coming of the ambulance. It's well needed. It's well needed. Every time an accident happens in this area, we are reminded that Douglas robbed us of the ambulance at the Mary Charles Hospital, and it is well needed. You can't have a hospital without an ambulance. And so we wanted Minister Hamilton and Minister Phipps. And I noted that she promised us for February. But what if we get it for Valentine's? That would be very nice. So see what you can do with that. We want to thank Minister Liebert for the report with respect to road development in Lodge and Atlas. Let's give him a round of applause. And Madam Leader at the Grange asked me to extend to you her compliments and appreciation. For over 10 years, she's been waiting for that road leading down to the Grange to come. And in less than 2 years, Team Unity has done it. Put your hands together. Something good is happening. So when you hear them on radio criticizing your government, no bother with them with the ridiculousness. When they're saying we should have done do this and we should have done do that, tell them nobody elect them to do nothing. They elect us to make that judgment call. And everything cannot be done at the same time. But we are progressing. That is why we can talk about these things. We want to give Wendy a round of applause and Hamilton for ensuring that the tabernacle, which has a unique situation, the government of the past went around the entire country and all health centers except that in Tabernacle were refurbished. We must see the worst. So they left us out. But we want to say to God be the glory, because Team Unity has come and that is going to be done very soon. Right now, we have the Tabernacle Health Center being served out of the daycare center. And that's not nice. So they reduced the space that was provided for the children at their tender and most vulnerable period of growth and development, and use the space to accommodate the health center. Because he didn't want to build a health center while Harris was there. But you see how God good? God put him out of the way. Put Put him out of the way. Put your team unity government in place so that things can happen for the people. Let's give both ministers of health a round of applause. I want to thank Minister Hamilton for the work in housing that has seen, well, in Atlas Extension, some 19 or so persons being the beneficiary of housing there. You're going to get one to come. And so I want you to feel a sense of pride that more persons of your constituency are experiencing the joys of home ownership. And I know everyone would love one, but it doesn't mean that you can't feel happiness for people like Chill Out, who live in Molineux all these years. You at the back, Chill Out? Man, stand up if it's you now. Stand up if it's you to the back. But stand up, man. Give the man a round of applause. We're good that he has now been sorted out. We want to big up people like Douglas, a good soldier from Atlas, is here in the crowd. We are happy that he has been placed. And I gave the story that when he came last time, he was living in Antigua. When he saw how things were going in the country, he said, "Boss, I will stay here to bring freedom." He told me, and I didn't believe him then, but I believe him now. He said, "I changed the whole government in Antigua. I can change one down here." So I want to thank Douglas and to say how pleased I was to have visited him in his new home, thanks to the unity government. Give him too a round of applause. I want to big up Colleen. Colleen's mother was a soldier in the Army of Labor. Stand up, Colleen. You look nice. Stand up. Let's give Colleen, a young lady, a round of applause. She now has a property for herself and her loved ones. This is a kind of difference that as your leader and your parliamentary representative, I am pleased to bring. I want you to have a better condition of life. I want you to experience financial security because I know what it is to be poor. And me ain't got no rich friends. All of my friends are from humble beginnings. I am with you. I am with you and I will be there for you. And that is why I was so pleased to see Tata stand. Tata stand now, you got on your orange and you wouldn't stand. I want to big her up. She was one of the first persons from Molineux living in mansion that we found work for. I'm happy that she's here. The point I am making, we have not lost touch with the ordinary people. We live among them. I have never moved from Tabernacle. In fact, I live in my mother's house still. But it's me one in there. Most of the time. You understand? Vera is right, most of the family move out. But I had determined that I would not leave my mother in a poor house in Tabernacle and go to Martinley and Birdrock as others were encouraging me, and then drive over once in a blue moon to see her the same way she raised me up. And I stood there and we stood there as a family, and we had her on the job shed in those days, and then we made good. And I am happy for what we now have. So I want to say thanks to my dead mother for teaching me the simplicity of life and teaching me the power of endurance. And that is why I say I have no business, contrary to what Douglas and the Papi shows will say on radio, that Harris family got all these businesses. Well, maybe the Harrises of St. Peter's, for not my Harris family. I have no business, none. My only business in St. Kitts is the public business to put St. Kitts on the map. I tell people, I don't eat enough breadfruit and mango and potato. So I don't need sophistication. So I ain't got to get gutless. Whatever I making, I don't put my mind, I gonna live with that. So nobody can lure me with filthy riches and filthy offers. I have no partnership except the partnership for good governance and accountability and prosperity on behalf of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. So when you hear them chatting their nonsense on radio, I don't have to answer them. I got an acres there, she know how I live in Tabernacle. Vera Samuel there, they know how I live in Tabernacle. Abraham Julius here, he knows how I live in Tabernacle. On the block with the people, fighting for our people. And that is why I want to thank you, Miss Berridge, because I hear you to pray for me every day, or just on Sundays. Give Miss Berridge a round of applause from Phillips for being here. I want to say thank you to all the people who have done good. I want to say thanks to all the supporters for your consistent support. We stand unique in this constituency. We stand unique in this constituency. We know a good thing when there is a good thing. And we hold on to good things in this constituency. And I hope never to disappoint the people of number 7. And I'm not talking about people who want something personal, because the truth is you cannot help everybody. And that is why you must ensure that while you try to help individuals, you are moving the community. When you build Mary Charles Hospital, it's for everyone who need health care. When, as we are doing now in Tabernacle, we are renovating the roof, making it safe and secure and better for the children of Tabernacle. We are doing it for an entire community and the church that worships there. That is what we are attempting to do. And yes, we want to empower people. That is why we spoke to prosperity, because we want people to do more for themselves. We want people to have money in the pocket to get their own land and to start building brick by brick with the help of their friends, and they take pride in seeing the evolution and development. The more you can do for yourselves, the better it is for you and for your family. So I'm going to close up in a few minutes by saying thank you. I had a lot more to say, but I feel so satisfied. I want to say hello to Karen Sadio and my good friend from class, Rene. They're going out now. Give them a round of applause. They are stalwarts from number 1. I want to thank them. These are good people. You who are here are the good people. You understand that in a short of 2 years, Team Unity has done better than any other government now in the Caribbean or the world. You understand that everything can't be done at one time. You understand that when a man comes to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Secretary and he says, pay him $250,000 to work in government headquarters, you know that that man is not for you. No wonder he run guard. And all they could do is to go on the internet and say bad things about good people, because they are bad people. Self-interested people with the forwardness. It's because we cannot be corrupted. It's because they have nothing on I and I that I can say, no, it will not be done. And most of them who you hear at the radio and the social network. They suddenly can't support Team Unity. Team Unity ain't do them a thing. They wanted to play bingo with the treasury and I wouldn't call the O. That is what happened. I wouldn't call the O. That is what happened. They wanted to play bingo with the government money and me control the O. But the last passage has to come to the Ministry of Finance. And that is what they vex with us for. I wouldn't call the O. It's me got to call the O. So when one of them come to the Ministry of Health and ask for $150,000 US to do a consultancy, and then they get angry with Senator Phipps, and the document ain't reaching, it's me have to call the O. Bingo you all want to play? Well, I can call the O. O means none of that. When they come to your government and they say set up a training school, call it nice name academy, that will cost $3 million. Let me run it for another 2. I said to them, you want to play bingo with the treasury? I wouldn't call the O. I wouldn't call the O. That is the problem. We voted for transformation. They wanted an exchange. They wanted us to continue the same bad practices which they criticized Douglas for. And because I wouldn't call the O, they want to kill me. They want to kill Eugene Hamilton, and they're not gonna shame. Because when I reach KR, I have here one of them. 40,000 US. They put in a bill for. They want to be a consultant for housing program. They never knock a nail in a roof. You understand that? Never knock a nail in a roof. But because they figure they work hard. So what, everybody in here work hard? Their ex bigger than yours. So they must get all. Somebody has to watch the treasury so we could report the stock and the surplus. And I am watching it like a hawk on behalf of all the people. And whenever I release the ore, it must be built a road in all road for the people. When I release the ore, it must be building the house and the East Bus Station in East Pasteur. When I release the ore, it's for Jean to get lighting in his playing field in KR. When I release the ore, it's for Lindsay to get all road in Challengers and all of these things fixed up. That is when I release in the ore. I'm going to hold the ore, wrap up in a paper. Now I'm going to give them the ore. So let it go on the Facebook and make a lot of noise. I'm not bother with them because I have the love and the support of the people. What more should I want? When time after time I have come to the beloved people of number 7 and you never failed me yet. 24 years from 93 at age what? 27, 28. And you have never failed me yet. The man who came here and figure he was the Goliath. Me play little David. And you, the people of number 7, made them shame. And I will stand strong on principle, stand strong on the vision, stand deeply committed to unity, and work with all for the benefit of the country. We will get there by faith. We will get there by believing that there is still a just God. We will get there when we are able to subordinate our self-interest for a greater good. We will get there if we are prepared to endure some sacrifice. The anchor holds. The anchor is you, the people who are here tonight, who are keeping us in prayer. The anchor is you, the citizens, who say, we want something new. And we will give this government a chance. So, Sister Odein, thank you. And all of you, I say thank you. Look, Doreen there with her daughter. Doreen, daughter from Lodge, you know, up on the project, you get a house. Now the next Doreen behind, Doreen Johnson. Kishma, man, you get a house. What your right name again? Dorothy. Dorothy, are your mother? What's your name? Well, that you are called. Yeah. But anyway, we congratulate all these young persons who have been able to witness and experience the benefit of the country. So thank you to the rest of you for your support. In good time, we will satisfy the needs of more people. So from the bottom of my heart, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. To God be the glory. And when you hear them on the radio talking nonsense, tell them a good thing how it's now look at the oil. I'm not giving them the bingo. They want jackpot too early. And the game just started. Thank you very much.